on this most beautiful, sunny, warm Sabbath morning. Happy Sabbath to all my brothers and sisters in Christ who fear and love God and His holy, immutable law, including the observance of His holy, commanded 7-day Sabbath. The book of Revelation is a book filled with symbols that are defined in the Bible. For example, a beast is not a literal beast, but represents a nation or kingdom, according to Daniel chapter 7, verse 23. The whore of Babylon is not a literal whore, but symbolizes a fallen church, since a church is represented by a woman in the Bible, according to Jeremiah chapter 6, verse 2, and Revelation chapter 12, verse 17. Likewise, the mark of the beast is not a literal physical mark, but a sign or trademark that is associated with the beast. Many claim that the RFID chip is the mark of the beast. Back in the 1970s and 1980s, many were claiming that the UPC code was the mark of the beast. If the RFID chip is the mark of the beast, then who is the beast of the RFID chip? When you have so many countries in the world, including Sweden, that is already using the RFID chip. The mark of the beast is about worship and who you worship. You worship who you obey. Revelation chapter 20 verse 4 says that those who will be beheaded for their faith in Jesus Christ are they who did not worship the beast or his image or receive his mark. Notice what the Vatican, the first beast of Revelation 13, or the beast that comes out of the sea, says about its mark. Sunday is our mark of authority. The church is above the Bible, if you can imagine that. And this transference of Sabbath observance is proof of that fact. This was quoted in the Catholic Record of London, Ontario, Canada, on September 1st, 1923. So the Roman Church is above the Bible? Further, this organization proposes in every possible way to aid in preserving Sunday as a civil institution. Our national security requires the active support of all good citizens in the maintenance of our American Sabbath. Sunday laws must be enforced, as quoted as principles contained in the Constitution of the original organization, then called the American Sabbath Union, cited in the Lord's Day Alliance, 25th Report in 1913, page 6. Please note that with our mind, which is located in our forehead, we make decisions, and with our hands, we work. You will accept with your mind, which again is located in your forehead, the mark of the Vatican beast, which will be Sunday observance, when it will be enforced by law, by not working with your hands on the first day of the week. Again, the RFID chip is not the mark of the beast, but could well be the technology or tool that will be used to enforce the Vatican beast's mark of Sunday observance, which goes directly against the 7th-day Sabbath commandment of God in Exodus chapter 20, verses 8 to 11. If you reject with your mind, which again is in your forehead, the mark of the Vatican beast, when it will be enforced by law, by observing God's commanded 7-day Sabbath, then you will be denied the ability to buy or sell. That's why it is important and vital to move out of the sin-filled cities now before martial law is imposed, and move to the countryside to live a humble and holy life and live off from your own crops. If you accept with your mind the mark of the Vatican beast, then you will put the papal Sabbath, Sunday, above God's 7-day Sabbath commandment, which identifies Jesus Christ as the Creator. Keep in mind, please, that God rested from all of His works on the 7th day, according to Genesis chapter 2, verses 2 and 3. And He's asking us to do likewise, as per His commandment, in Exodus chapter 20, verses 8 to 11. By accepting with your mind the Vatican beast's mark of Sunday observance, you'll be refusing to work with your hands on the papal Sabbath or Sunday. The outcome of those who will accept the Vatican beast's mark over God's 7-day Sabbath will be horrible, as they will be receiving God's last 7 plagues and eventually die. Please refer to Revelation chapter 14, verses 9 to 11, and Revelation chapter 16. They will lose out on their salvation, which comes through faith in Jesus and obedience to Christ and His holy, immutable law. This is all about faith in Christ, and true faith leads to obedience to God's holy word, including His immutable law, His holy and eternal 10 commandments, which define His love. According to Exodus chapter 20, verses 3 to 17, the first epistle of John, chapter 5, verse 3, and Revelation chapter 22, verse 14, in the King James Bible. Please watch the videos on my channel on the mark of the beast, and the video entitled NWO, the Vatican, martial law, the mark of the beast, the Antichrist, and the false Messiah. May the love, peace, and grace of the Most High God be with you. Blessings from above. God bless.